Well, good morning, friends. It is 5:29 a.m. Ooh, I almost tripped over my kettlebell. And it is time for us to get started. And we're going to get started with some fun training this morning. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing all right. I was just up recording some shorts, having a good time. You'll see all of that stuff coming out on my channel soon. And I just want to say thank you and welcome and hi to all of the new subscribers. I think 100 people joined in the last 2 or 3 weeks, and that's pretty amazing. And actually, 700 of you joined over the course of this year, which is even more amazing to me. So thank you for that, and I appreciate the ongoing support and conversation and chats from you as I'm on this journey. I feel I'm pretty fit, but I also feel I have something to look forward to in the morning, coming down here doing these morning routines and these workouts, because it's just so much fun to have these conversations with you when you drop by and say hi. So if you're on the chat, go ahead, say hello, let me know that you're watching, and know that I am appreciative and happy and grateful. For those of you who are dropping by for the first time, my name's Toby. I'm 40 years old, and I train to live an active, self-sufficient, and adventurous life, not only now, but also into the future, because if I understand the statistics correctly, there is a pretty decent chance that I might get very old, even might live to be 100. Now, if that's the case, at 100, you will still find me here swinging some kettlebells. Who knows, maybe even these. So if you're interested in the conclusion of that story, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And we can have this conversation in about 60 years again. The most important thing here is that this is not about the way I look, this is all about the way I feel. And I try to mind my sleep, I try to mind my nutrition, so sleep 7 to 9 hours a night, eat overall a healthy, well-balanced diet, and there is room for splurging and stacking and other things. And also generally just all kinds of foods are part of that diet, because otherwise life is not as much fun for me as it maybe could be. And then I do my strength workout, my conditioning workout, my mobility workouts as well. I also live stream sometimes throughout the day. By the way, if that's something you're interested in, where I talk about the other 23 and a half hours of my life, because what we see here on the stream is usually 30, 45 minutes. But of course there are 24 hours in a day that also relate to my overall health and fitness and path in life. And usually at the end of the working day I'll check in, and we can have a conversation about what happened that day in terms of my health and fitness, and also how I respond to challenges in my life, in that case, in those situations. So that being said, I think it's also good for us to remember that we're good just the way we are. We've got to love ourselves before we can move on. And that is true regardless of the type of fitness journey you're on. And all fitness journeys are relatively personal. So I think it's important to just keep in mind that as we go through life and try to get to certain goals in life, it's the person we are today who is going to get us to where we want to be tomorrow. And a bit of kindness to who we are today probably goes a long way, because, if this is who's going to get us to where we are or where we want to be tomorrow, then probably there are already a lot of good things about the person we are today that's going to get us there. And just keep that in mind, because life's already hard enough. And we say there are already enough people out there who want to put me down. So I need to do a pretty good job of raising myself up and believing in myself to get to where I want to be in life, right? I think the same applies to all of us. And finally, the only way to get anything done, friend, is by showing up and doing the work. So I'm going to hit the timer, and we're going to get started with a little warm-up, and then we are going to get on with today's workout, 5:33 a.m. And if you're on the chat, just go ahead, say hi, let me know that you're watching and that you've dropped by. All right, I'd appreciate that. All right, we're just going to start off with a little flow, just doing a check-in on how our body is moving this morning. And to be very honest, I think the body is moving just fine. But let's see, and let's warm up slightly with a lightweight, just to help us get started, because we're going to be doing some heavy swings. You can see I brought out my 24 kilo kettlebell, the green one, to do some work with as well. All right. So there was this little kettlebell workshop that I was following online, and I learned that this movement, actually, when it comes to the swing, building the core muscles and activating the lower back muscles, will help you maintain better posture as you're working with kettlebells. So also worth just keeping in mind that there are big motions like the deadlift and a row and the press and the squat, that there are also smaller motions that would require us, or that we can do to build that strength and stability throughout our entire body. Just keep that in mind, friends. We're going to do a couple more swings, and then we're going to go on to some snatching. I'm just going to warm up with some hand to hands, some 8 kilo snatches to see where my technique is today. And then we're going to do snatching with the 12 kilo as well. One of the things I'm trying to work on with my snatch now is to keep the arc close to my body. So for this weight, there's no issue getting it overhead. It's snapping it up as close to my body as I can, which is the challenge. But this feels pretty alright. And that means I'm going to do 5 more left, 5 more right with the 8. Now we're going to give it a try with the 12. And then we're going to take it from there. Oh, and all this overhead work, good fun. Need to be mindful of how the body's moving, how the body's working at 5:40 a.m. I also need to be mindful of our calluses. Take good care of them. So you're right. Somehow, just always feels a bit better. All right. See, so the thing about a heavier weight is you need to exert a bit more force, use a bit more strength, and keep going. Hello, King. Hello, Grambo. Thanks for dropping by. Watts, how many poots is that? The pink one is 8 kilograms. The blue one is 12, 16, 20, 24. Because I'm not very good at the snatch watts. I am working with lighter weights, so I hope that helps and answer your question. And thanks for dropping by and saying hi. I appreciate that. And what? And like I was saying, with the heavier weight, the ability to drive the kettlebell up through the force of the legs becomes more and more important. And that is a combination of skill and technique and strength that is only built over time, through time and practice. So just keep that in mind. As we're going along. Watts, I hope that answers your question. Purple GT, yo, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. And I hope that all of you are having a good day where you are today. Devil King as well. Hello, thanks for dropping by and saying hi. I appreciate that. And I also always appreciate it when people ask me questions in the chat. The 12 kilo really helps you feel the weight, by the way, with the snatch. I've seen men and women do it with 24 and 32 kilos. It's very impressive. Definitely not something I'm able to do. Don't get a hernia. No, indeed. That's why starting light, building technique, and working at this over time, and taking a training approach to it is indeed very important, because with kettlebells people sometimes underestimate the impact of the motions and overestimate themselves and do get injured. But one of my golden rules, Tyler, is don't get injured, because then you can't train. Serious? Oh, I know. Well, thanks for letting me know. I can hear that you've encountered him before. If he keeps trolling us here, then it's very simple. He just gets blocked. And thanks for the update. I appreciate that. And I hope you're doing well where you are. Juicy. Wow. I guess you just made my day, so thank you for that juicy hi, and I appreciate you dropping by and saying hi this morning, and making me smile. By the way, if you do any kind of certification for kettlebells, you need to be able to do these things for an extended period of time with 20 or 24 kilos. That's pretty intense. So just keep that in mind, that 12 kilos is really a beginning weight and a training weight. And that's where I am on my journeys with the snatches. For those of you who are watching, my name's Toby. I'm 40 years old. Thanks for dropping by and saying hi. Thank you very much. I appreciate that a lot. Like I said, I'm 40 years old, and I'm training to live an adventurous, active, and self-sufficient life. Not only now, in my 40s, but hopefully for the next 40 or 50 or 60 years. And the reason why I think that's important is because I learned that, first of all, I might get old, and I would like to be able to take care of myself and do things I want to do as I get older. But also at this stage in life, you start to notice that things become a little bit harder if you're not mindful of your health and fitness, strength and conditioning. So what I do is I mind my sleep, 7 to 9 hours a night. I mind what I eat, using the 90-10 rule. So 90% of the time I'm eating pretty healthy and wholesome foods. I do strength training, as you can see, conditioning training with the kettlebell as well. And I work on my mobility for 30 minutes every day, so here on live stream. So if that's something you're interested in, go ahead and subscribe and spend some time with me, and we can have a conversation about health and fitness and the way I look at it. And then the other 23 and a half hours of the day, I actually, like everyone else in the world, have a normal life that we need to attend to. That includes family, work, friends, and other responsibilities. And sometimes I stream about that as well. And I make little videos, shorts, and longer forms about workouts, health and fitness, and life in general. So, if those things are something you're interested in, go ahead, subscribe to my channel. I'd love to be able to have this conversation with you. Hi, Dolly. Thanks for all the smileys. Do I see kayak? No, I don't see kayak, but it sounds very interesting. And Dolly, to answer your question, do I have a midlife crisis? No, I'm actually pretty happy where I am in life, and I have always found health and fitness to be important. I started going to the gym when I was 16, but I also always did all kinds of sports growing up. Black belt in judo, brown belt in karate. Going to start another martial art in the new year. That family planning allows for that with everyone's schedule. I'd say overall, I'm just pretty happy and healthy, and I enjoy working out. And I know that working out with other people or showing them what workouts can be sometimes moves and inspires them, because that's what happened to me in different stages and phases of my fitness journey. The last one. I followed a lot of transformations, and that kept me motivated to keep going. Korea, good morning. It's good to see you. Thank you for dropping by, and I appreciate you dropping by and saying hello, and I hope you're doing well where you are in the world. I'm working on some snatches. I'm going to move on to squats and heavy kettlebells in a moment. It's good to see you again. Delivery dragon. I want to work out more. Is that family, too much free time and money? I mean, too much. Believe me, I've been there. All right, I know exactly what that feels like. But the good thing about life is that we all have to start somewhere. And in general, our bodies are very forgiving in terms of the adaptations they can make. So, if you're interested in my journey, Delivery Dragon, go ahead and subscribe, and we can hang out together during the stream. You don't even have to work out. You just listen and think until you figure out what it is that you actually want to be doing, because working out is very personal. This is a 20 kilo, by the way. You'll see me doing it on different sides to challenge my body in different ways. We're going to do that definitely every minute, on the minute. a name I can't read. Thanks for the hearts. I'm sorry I cannot read your language, but thank you for dropping by and saying hi. And I hope you're doing well where you are in the world. It's one thing swinging an 8 kilo around. It's another thing doing sets of squats with a 20 kilo. But all's good fun, friends. Yeah, so like I was saying, at 40, I've been around a bit, seen some things. I have a relatively happy life, like everyone, with ups and downs. Steve. Thanks for dropping by, Steve, and I hope you're doing well where you are in the world. And thanks for saying hi in the chat. I appreciate that. So like I was saying, I've been on different fitness journeys in my life. And throughout, here are 3 things that I picked up that have helped me get to where I am in life today. And the first one is picking something that we like and enjoy. I just think that we often forget. We think it's the latest fad or everyone is doing, and that's why we go off and we do whatever we see other people doing. But we're inherently motivated to do things we enjoy that give us pleasure. So when it comes to exercising or training, go ahead and pick stuff that makes you happy. Ivalis, my friend, good morning. I hope you're doing well in your part of the world. I hope the day's going well for you, where you are now. So like I was saying, pick something that you enjoy doing, because that is going to keep you going and keep you motivated more than anything else. The second thing, and you can look at my channel for proof of that, is to be consistent. And what I mean by that is to show up at regular intervals and do the work, but not for a week, not for a month, but over an extended period of time. And that's one of the hardest things to do, because they're fads, they're distractions, they're plateaus. So it is, I'll get to your messages in a moment, by the way. It is just important that whatever you're doing, not only that you enjoy it, but that it actually fits into your life rhythm and life schedule. So when people ask me, why am I working out here in the morning between 5 and 6, it's because that's what suits my schedule at the moment with 2 young children and a career. This is the hour that I have to dedicate to something I enjoy doing, which is making videos, and working on my health and fitness, and bringing them both together is, I think, a pretty sweet combination for me. And so that's the second one, right? do something that we enjoy, and be consistent. And the third one, because the top one's relatively commonplace and commonsensical tips that you're going to tell me, well, Toby, that's what everyone tells us. I'll say, yeah, it's because it's the fundamental truth of health and fitness. The third one is that you need to take a look at your life circumstances and make sure that they align with your goal of getting fit and healthy. And I'll give you 3 things to consider. 1, financial security. If you're always worried about finances, and I've been there, it's pretty hard to worry about other things and to find health and fitness and working out important. For some people it's an event, for some people it's a distraction, right? Everyone's different in that way. The second is the levels of stress in your life, from work, from family, from health, from anywhere. If they're too high and you're consistently stressed out, you're going to be tired, you're not going to be able to recover well, you're not going to want to work out, right? And the third thing is the people around you who may or may not support you. Because when we try to change, we meet resistance from the people around us. So do you have a supportive network, people who will root for you, who will help you cook different meals, do different kinds of shoppings, or will they try to put you down and bring you back to their level of ambition for health and fitness? So, understanding your life circumstances is probably quite crucial and key to getting the results you might be after. Korea. Thank you, Korea. Korea, I appreciate you and your presence here in the stream, and thank you for making me smile, and for being on my side. Just made my day. Bro, do 70 push-ups. Goku Kakarot. I think Goku might be able to do 70 push-ups, but not me. I'm 40. I'm past that stage. I used to be inspired by Dragon Ball Z to do my training for martial arts. I trained really hard. Even went to Japan to do some judo at one point in my life when I was a lot younger. So yeah, but now just dropping on the floor and doing 70 push-ups would not help my case, and I would likely end up being injured. But the sentiment is there to push ourselves to new levels to get the results we want, for sure. I enjoy taking naps. I enjoy if you work out. Well, I eat Doritos. We can barely hear you. Sorry, yeah, I speak quite softly because everyone's sleeping in the house. Maybe if you turn up the volume at home on your device might help. I can't speak a lot louder. I'm sorry, but I hope it's coming through. How old am I? I am 40 years old. Thanks for asking. 1348U. And Marty McFly, yeah, Gohan's amazing. I always was a big fan of Trunks. I also was a big fan of Back to the Future, by the way, which movie that I think at least once every 2 years pops up on my television screen, and the full series, by the way. Official, Jesus. Well, I hope to be in this shape when I'm 60 for sure. I think that would be absolutely fantastic to be able to do these kinds of things, and actually to be able to have these conversations with you 20 years from now. Wouldn't that be something? And if you want that opportunity, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications so you can see my new videos and when I'm going to live stream. But yeah, I agree. Getting to 60 would be fun. No, and I think everyone should keep their hands off little children. I think what's happening there is terrible. So I'd appreciate no jokes being made on that topic in the chat. It's the only thing I actually usually call out. All right, set for the squats. Now, 10 sets of heavy swings with the, there we have it, you can see it, 24 kilos. And I'll try not to drop this one on my toes or on the floor. It was nice, but I can barely hear you. I am sorry. Maybe if I speak like this, it helps a little bit. But otherwise, there's not that much I can do about it at the moment. I'm going to do 5 times 10 this morning. And then we're going to do some complexes to finish it off with a clean and press. This every minute, on the minute, is a good challenge for my conditioning as well as my strength training, by the way. And thank you all for having been so active. No, Mr. White. I think it is a setting on the microphone because if I turn it up, I tend to have quite a loud, boisterous voice. And the microphone starts clipping and breaking up. So I have to strike a good balance between my natural talents and technical properties of the tools I have. So here we are. 6:05. We've been at it for a while. And I hope it's been a fun and enjoyable conversation for you. It sure has been for me this Wednesday morning. Okay, now, just to be clear, that's a 24 kilo. So when I see someone online, man or a woman, take a 24 kilo and do 100 snatches in 10 minutes, I can tell you, I know they're pretty strong and powerful. Because I'm having a hard time getting it off the ground 10 times for a two-handed swing. Ooh. And last set coming up. Boy. And then we're going to have to move on. I think it may be a technical issue. Time. Watch it. Oh, really? Oh, thanks. Okay. That's not good. Is this better? Since usually the sound should be quite okay. Okay, let me know if this has gotten or made it any better. And thanks for the bananas. I think I'll have one after my workout. So I hope that improves the issue. Oh my God, that's hard. You sound good. Thank you very much. It is a little better. All right. Appreciate that. And thanks for pointing that out, Korea. Appreciate that as well. Poor Man's Gym, good morning. Thanks for dropping by. I hope you're doing okay. She's just done with the 24. Now, going to do some swing cleans, 2 lunges with a 16. And that's going to be the end of the workout this morning. 3 sets left, 3 sets right. Need to train them legs for all of the upper body work. Again, just keep in mind that I need to wipe the kettlebell handle because I'm sweating on it. Just keep in mind that the force for any of these moves is produced from the legs. So if you find yourself pulling at the kettlebell really hard to get it into the rack position, the only answer is you need to use your legs better. First set down, 2 more left, 2 more right. And YouTube Punk, good morning, friend. I hope you're doing well where you are in the world as well. I appreciate both of you dropping by and saying hi. It's been busy on the chat this morning, and I'm glad that I get to hear from both of you as well today. It's always nice to hear from a friend. Yeah, or morning, depending on where you are in the world, or for our friend Evalis, who I think is also watching, afternoon. Whew. Okay, let's keep going. Then the last set. Then I'm going to have that cup of coffee. We're going to move on with the day, friends. Make some thumbnails for the long form coming out next week. And by the way, anyone watch the push-up and pull-up? Guru, thanks for dropping by and saying hi. I think you misspelled it slightly, but that's okay. And I hope you're doing well where you are in the world, and that life is treating you well today. And going on to the final set on the right hand side. Oh, post-workout cup of coffee, right? It's the best. I know people who do it beforehand, but since I've just woken up, I do try to postpone having coffee for a good hour after waking up, because I believe there's some rationale or science to allow my body to jumpstart itself with kettlebells instead of caffeine. I think maybe we should make a brand out of morning kettlebells as a wake-up call, and create an accompanying coffee brand to go along with it. What do you guys think? Maybe it's a bad idea. I feel for my life just reading comments. I don't want to comments. I prefer a quiet morning. Yeah, right? I 100% agree. So I also just ignored him, but I think today is different because we have some techniques mentioned in the title, and that spreads the video to different people in the algorithm. And maybe on Wednesday morning, different kind of folks are online, but as long as my crew's here, right, and friends that I enjoy hanging out with, I think we're all good, and we can survive a couple of funny comments we can all laugh about. A cup of 24-gram strength kettlebells to get you going, right? Mr. O, only to find out, you die, lol. Yeah, I know. I 100% agree. I think it's one of the things in life that I try to keep as short as possible. But fitness, health, life is very personal, and you have a choice to decide how you want to spend your time doing what you want to be doing, right? So power to anyone who asserts that right and does what they want to do when they want to do it. For me, it's 30 to 40 minutes in the morning, because overall the life we have nowadays, which involves a lot of sitting and a lot of available calories not moving, is, for me at least, a recipe to being miserable and unhealthy and incapable. I choose the other side, but I can understand where you're coming from, totally. Let's see, the final comments, and then I'm going to get that cup of coffee. Let me bring my laptop in here, and I can't show you the brand because then it's suddenly a branded video or something like that. Kettlebells give that what the hell effect. Yeah, they do. They tell you what the hell, I'm waking up this morning. But they've also helped me in all parts of my life, specifically picking up my children, who incidentally weigh as much as a 12 kilo and a 20 kilo kettlebell at the moment. Mr. O, thank you very much, and I appreciate you dropping by and saying hi and sharing your thoughts. I think it's nice to have these kinds of conversations in the morning. YouTube punk, I'm taking my bunny with me. All right, guys, let's. Well, I do like to paint a happy and healthy and vibrant picture of life. So let's look forward to the day ahead of us and not what's going to happen in 10 or 20 or 30 years from now. Who knows? Could be. Anything's possible. And maybe if not on this earth, then somewhere else. Right? And I appreciate you showing by for a conversation. For everyone else here, friends, you'll take care. Subscribe to my channel. Thanks for dropping by and saying hi this morning and for making me smile and laugh, regardless of the comments or the intensity of the workout. Like I always say, we're good just the way we are. We've got to love ourselves before we can move on. And the only way to get anything done is by showing up and doing the work. So if you want to show up and do the work with me, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Maybe let's get me over 800 subscribers before the end of October. Who knows? I'm 40. I talk about health, fitness, longevity, and I talk about how I mind my sleep, my nutrition, strength training, conditioning training, and mobility. And we have a lot of fun on the chat. So if that's something you're interested in, thanks for dropping by and saying hi. And friends, Johnny Hamad, thanks for dropping by. Use your punk clean and press that like button. Exactly, that's the way to do it. I will see all of you tomorrow morning in the next stream. Take care, friends. Have a good day, wherever you are.